Rage on that beat, going crazy.
How you doing, K-Dog? Yeah. Damn. Good stuff though.
Guess who's back, 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 back. Guess who's back, 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 back. Addiction's back. Look at my character, hasn't had a wash in 6 days. I don't care about that, cause Indiana in the back is chilling with my G's, and we're out here in the DZ ripping hearts like cheese. Listen, let me not, man. Anyway, welcome back to another Division 2 video, man. My energy is high, man. I ain't made a video in 6 days. I've been itching to get back, but you know, the people from works called me back out in the streets. They said, you know, the pandemic has cooled down. You need to get back out there and stop lazing around on Division. So, you know, I just had to get out there. I haven't been feeling too well either, so you know, my character's had a couple tissues to the side. But listen, man, today's video is a build video, and I wanted to make this video because I want to show you guys, you know, a tutorial on how to make a certain build. A lot of you have been coming at me in, you know, videos, comments, messages directly to me, asking me how do I build builds like. Didn't have it to the way I wanted to have it, and this is how I want it. So yeah, man, we're just gonna get straight into this. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification so you can get me to 10k subscribers. I would appreciate that. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the like button, turn it blue, don't keep it grey, turn it blue. Blue is a nice colour, I'm sure you like blue. So listen, I think I'm shouting too loud, but the energy is there, man. Let's just get straight into this build, man. So as you can see, of course, I am running blues upon blues. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this build again is because, as I said, the last builds I've done these with, I just haven't had the right pieces, the right attributes and all of that stuff. But today, man, we got that in the bag. We got it in the bag today. So as you can see, I'm sitting at 1.7 million armor. Yeah, you're probably thinking, yeah, that's a nice bit of armor there. But just wait until you see the main parts of the build, man. Weapons, what am I using? The Vector. And we got Optimist on here. You guys know what Optimist is now, man. One of my favorite talents on, you know, SMGs and all of that. It just rips, especially with the Vector, with that 1200 RPM. I'm loving it. You know, we got 45 and the mag attributes on here is nice. You probably see this gun in most of my build videos because I just haven't got a better Vector than this, man. I just haven't. But listen, Super 90 hits very hard, and you're gonna see why it hits extremely hard in a second. So, Optimist on here again. Rolls on here is nice. We got 598k for the total weapon damage on this weapon as well. So 2 weapons I'm using, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm using a shotgun and an SMG. Weapons are out the way. Now let's get into the main part of this build. Most of you guys ask me, how do I make an armor build with crits and still be able to survive and hit hard? And I'm going to explain to you now. Now the first thing you want to know is the pieces. What pieces do you need in order to have a lot of crits, stay alive, but also have some sort of armor implemented into the build? Now, you need a 2-piece Sokolov. Why do you need a 2-piece Sokolov? Because 1-piece Sokolov gives you 10% SMG damage, and the 2-piece gives you 15% critical hit damage. So that's the Sokolov pieces out the way. Then you need 3-piece Providence. Why do you need 3-piece Providence? Because it's going to be giving you 15% headshot damage, which is not ideal, towards this build, but we're going to need the 3-piece because the second piece gives us 10% crit chance, and the third piece gives us that 15% critical hit damage, and that's really important. What's the last brand set that we all need for this build? Grouper. Why? Because 1-piece gives us 15% critical hit damage on top of all of that. As all of this is, the main brand sets of the build and what you need to make a build like this. If you don't want to make a build like this, then maybe this video is not for you. However, if you want to try this out and give it a shot and, build it towards your playstyle with certain guns and certain attributes, then, give it a go. But listen, let's just get straight into these pieces. For the mask, I'm using a Sokolov mask here. Core attributes on top, we've rolled armor. That's the main part of this build, guys. Every piece on your core attributes, you just want to have armor, straight armor. You want to be tanky, but you want to be hitting hard. What's going to be making you hitting hard? You may ask me. The attributes on the bottom. Because we're going to have crit chance and crit damage on every single piece. That's what we need. That's just straight up what we need. Crit damage there of 9.6%. I would love to just have 12%, but we got 5% crit chance there, which is decent. I'm happy with that. And we got a mod slot of 11.1% crit damage. Guys, when you're making a build like this, you want to make sure that you get, a brand set piece with a red mod slot on it. And Sokolov, that's what it comes with. So, you don't have to reroll anything. It's going to be there for you. You don't have to reroll anything. It's going to be there for you. You can get armor on top of there with crits and have that mod slot ready. So that's what I think is good about Sokolov pieces. Man, it's just there for you, man. Chest piece. Sokolov chest piece. And that's for the second piece, which is giving us that extra 15% critical hit damage. Core attribute on top. What do we have, guys? We got armor, man. This is what we need, guys. Just remember that. Just keep that in your head. Now, the attributes on here, there's one attribute I don't want, and that is explosive resistance. I want critical hit damage on this chest. This is the only thing I don't like about this build, literally. If we had critical hit damage there, it would make a huge difference to this build, and you're going to see why again in a second. So, 5.1% crit chance, I'm happy with that again, and 11.5% critical hit damage for the mod slot. Make sure you farm them mod slots, man. Get that crit damage and get that crit chance mods up. You wanna have them, because a lot of builds, they do need them, trust me. Talents on the chest piece, unbreakable. You guys must be thinking, the same usual talents. Can you just change something up? Maybe put braced on the chest piece? No, leave me alone. I want to survive, okay? I just want to survive. That's all I want to do. I want to survive and hit hard. Alright? Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, it repairs 95% of your armor. No. Let me stop you there. You must be thinking, well, why is he stopping? Guys, we need this to be PvP stats, okay? It is 50% in PvP. Why? This is a PvP build, and that's why I'm showing you that. Now, that's the 2-piece Sokolov out of the way, so you understand what I like and what I don't like on my build so far. But listen, holster, Providence, that 3-piece, we need it, man. Core attribute on top of armor, and a max stat of critical hit damage. We got headshot damage on the bottom, but I mean, what else are we going to put there? You must be saying, put crit chance there. You need crit chance. That's a rubbish roll. You'll see that I don't need it. I don't need crit chance. Okay, so that holster is good. I'm happy with that. And that's what you need. Armor, crit damage, crit chance. Armor, crit damage, crit chance. Literally, that's the template of this build, guys. Knee pad. Grupo knee pad, the 1-piece. What does it give you again? 15% crit damage. It's important. What do we have in the core attributes? Surprise, armor. Okay, attributes on bottom, crit chance and crit damage. Again, I would love this to be, max stats and everything, so I can see and tell you guys the max potential I could be hitting. Okay, but yeah, man, that's the knee pad. For the glove, we got a Providence glove, armor on top. Again, guys, crit chance, crit damage. Simple as that, man. It is really simple. The template is simple, but I have to admit to you guys, this build is not easy to make. It's not like a 24-hour make build. Unless you have all these pieces already, then fair enough, man. I wish I was you. But to farm for these pieces, it does take long to get everything right. Backpack, Providence. Now, you must be looking at this like, Addiction, you're a liar. Thought you said you needed armor on top of all pieces. Yes, you do. However, you can't have everything right, man. But what I would also say is, if you're a player like me that wants full armor, but just wants a touch of an extra little bit of damage, just to be, you know, sure that you're going to be getting some sort of damage onto the players. You know, you sprinkle salt onto that food, just right onto them chips, just there you go. You got that little 12%. That's what I like. I'm not, you know, upset with this at all. I'm happy with that. Now, attributes on bottom, we're still going towards what we need, man. 12% critical hit damage there, max roll, crit chance, and a crit damage mod slot. Because having a Providence piece is going to give you a red mod slot there, so you want to make sure you have that as well. Now, the talents on the backpack. This is what makes this build way better. Versatile. You guys know what this is now, man, but 35% to enemies within 15 meters for shotguns and SMGs. You get an extra damage buff for 10 seconds with shotguns and SMGs when you swap between these two. Now, you can't swap between the SMG and the SMG. It's not going to proc versatile. The guns have to be different. It has to be in a different category. If you guys didn't know what versatile is, it's there. Amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds when you swap in between your primary and secondary if the weapons are different. So, you know that now, and I don't need to explain it anymore. But listen, man. That's the reason why I'm using versatile, and that's the reason why I'm using a shotgun and an SMG. You might have been wondering at the start. So I just switched between these two and I'm getting extra damage. I mean, I'm not complaining, man. I really am not complaining. And I've got crits and I've got armor. Skills I'm using is a jammer pulse and a decoy. I'm not using a foam. I don't need a foam in this build. Why do I need a foam? I don't need it. But, you know, as I said before, if I keep getting foam, then listen, you're going to get the foam as well. So don't let me bring the foam up. Don't let me bring the foam. I'm joking, guys. But listen, man. Firewall specialization. Why do we have the firewall specialization? Now, there's two reasons why. Because of the medkit. You guys know what the medkit does. It repairs your health and your armor by 200% for 10 seconds. It did get a nerf, I think. So I don't know if it's around 150% now. I'm not too sure. But listen, it's still worth it. It still helps you. In gunfights, especially. Second reason I'm using the firewall specialization is for this grip here. What does it say? 10% critical hit damage. You get this from the specialization when you unlock it. So just go to the tree, which is at the base right here. Get that extra 10% critical hit damage. Obviously, like I said, it's from the firewall specialization tree, which is literally right next to the shotgun here. So just unlock the shotgun and you're going to get the grip right there. As you can see, lightweight short grip for under barrel longer rails. Literally, you just put that straight onto your SMG. Also, I've unlocked the SMG damage, that extra 15%. You know, because we need it, man. We just need it. You guys can use whatever you want. You got the shield here. You can use, as I said, the med kit, which is a big part of this, you know, specialization. You guys must be thinking, man, why are you talking so much? Why are you, you know, just boasting? Why is your ego so big? Why are you so cocky? Why do you think you're the best? Please, if I come across that way, I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to have fun. Listen. Stats. 60% crit chance. We're at the cap. We don't need to go no more. No cap. No cap, you know? Is my accent good enough? I don't know. Listen. We don't need to go anymore into crit chance. That's it. We're at the cap. No more. Crit damage. 198%. You must be looking at this like, yeah, that's a lot of crit damage. And some of you might be looking at this like, yeah, but I have more. I got 210. Beat that. Beat that. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm trying my best here. But anyway, guys, this is the main part of the build, literally to show you guys that you can have max crit chance with a huge amount of crit damage with high armor. That was my main reason for making this build, and I've made two builds before this, which was similar to this, with a similar template to try and show you guys how to make it. But because my RNG was so bad back then, and now it's getting better because the devs are loving me, I can, you know, show you guys now. But look, man, crit damage, crit chance, high amount, your max potential in the crit chance, nearly 200% crit damage, and if your pieces are better than mine, you're going to be hitting, you know, over 210%. Like, who doesn't want this? You know, this is why I wanted to show you. Some of you guys have been asking me for a while, man, can you just show me how to make these builds? Can you explain it? Can you let us see how it hits? And that's why I gave you the gameplay as well. But guys, man, if you want to make a build like this, if you want to put it to your own play style and you want to use this template, man, go ahead. As I said before, man, 2 Sokolov, 3 Providence, 1 Grupo, versatile, unbreakable. You could use efficient if you wanted to. A shotgun and an SMG to get that extra 35% weapon damage when you switch. Firewall specialization for the mod slot on your gun, which is that extra 10% crit damage. The med kit from the firewall. Guys, this build is really nice in PvP. Of course, there are other builds out there that are better than this right now. Bulwark, you know, all that sort of stuff. I'm not saying this build is the best build in the game. I'm just saying if you want to be creative and go towards something that is towards your playstyle and you just want to run and gun, I would suggest this build. I would suggest it. Shotgun 178% and 54. So, you know, we're still hitting hard. We're still doing, you know, a good amount of damage, and we're sitting at 1.7 million armor. If you are new to the channel, man, what do you need to do, guys? What do you need to do, man? You need to make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload my builds and my series. I'm back, man. Listen, just because I was gone for 6 days, it doesn't mean I've stopped uploading, man. I'm back. We're back on this daily grind. I'm here with you guys, man. We're going to be uploading video after video after video after video after video after video until my Mac decides to break down. That's when I'm going to stop, okay? So listen, we're just going to keep going. I appreciate all the support on the channel. You guys have still been liking and giving me that support when I haven't been uploading, so I really do appreciate it. And, you know, just once again, I just wanted to say, I wanted to make this build for you guys that kept asking me, how do I make armor builds with a lot of crits and be able to do damage as well as staying alive? And this is how I think is the best way to do it, in my opinion, because you're still going to be hitting hard. However, I've made better builds than this, so if you want to check all the builds on my channel, go ahead, man. The playlist is right there. Spin Division Addiction, and I'm going to be cutting my nails for the rest of the night. Peace.